Hello and welcome to ZeroPoint Energy, where it is 0 point what we talk about and just as much energy. I'm Sean.
And this is Jorge.
And tonight we are talking about an actual new movie for a change. Today we watched the live-action Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead movie on Netflix.
Or as they say in Japanese, Zona 100, Zombie ni naru made ni shitai 100 no koto.
Sure, what he said.
Okay. This was an interesting movie. That's all I can really say about it. It's weird. It's weird.
It's weird, but it's fucking hilarious.
Okay, I relate to this movie on a both literal and spiritual level because I literally work a 9-to-5 job. It's earlier than that, but you get the idea. And there are days where I want to stay home. I just don't want to do it. I almost got fired over it.
Yeah, I used to have one of those jobs. Now I'm happily employed at a gas station for minimum wage.
I mean, that's good. It's just, I need to support and pay for some habits, and yeah.
Yeah. It's not helping you lose weight like it's supposed to, buddy.
My job isn't physical. If anything, it's emotionally challenging.
You said habits.
Yes, one of my habits is buying anime. That's not physical.
Oh, I thought that was a reason why you had a lot of energy recently.
That was because I was eating healthier. People eat vegetables every day for, what are they called? Servings.
Yes, he was eating healthier.
The fuck does that mean?
It's all natural. It comes from plants. Low calorie.
Okay, the fact that you're making fun of me, but you're still telling the truth is really fucking weird. Because it is. You're supposed to eat like really, really dense foods. It's really low calorie. Literally, 4 servings of vegetables a day. I go like, I want to say 300, 400 calories at most.
It gives you infinite energy. It makes you feel like you're indestructible. It's
Fuck
amazing.
that. It makes you shit enough that you don't feel heavy anymore.
And it only costs about $200 a gram.
The hell it does. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about actual vegetables. What the hell are you talking about?
I mean, mine is still plant matter. It's just heavily refined.
Oh my god. I'm Mexican, not fucking Colombian. How did it take me this long? Good lord. Oh, jeez, I'm tired. Okay.
Because it's not just burning out your septum, it's rotting your brain.
That's... Oh god, I hate you.
Is that why you've been wheezing today?
Fuck you. Go shit and die.
That is not the movie we watched. I have that one on DVD. We could watch that one.
The fuck?
The shit zombies?
No. Oh god, no. No. That's the British one, right?
No, the Japanese one.
Oh god, even worse. No. No, god, no. Fuck you. No. Episode in the future, coming soon. No. Let's get back to the movie. Look, this movie is about a young dude named Akira Tendo, and he is trying to make his life, make his mark on the world, and make money, actually live on his own. He got a job. He's really excited about it. Anybody who knows Japanese culture knows that everything is very formal, very, very structured. And he then finds out, nope, this is a black company. And by black, I mean exploitative, meaning you will work yourself to death. Hence the unaliving that happens fairly commonly in Japan, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, there's literally a scene in this movie where he's standing at the subway and the train is coming and he's sitting there and he's standing right by the safety barrier, and his thought is, if these gates weren't here, I wouldn't have to go to work tomorrow. But that's the thing. He's not thinking of unaliving himself. He just wants to be injured badly enough that he can have at least one day off of work.
and he was thinking about going in front of a train. That's not a day. That's at least 2 months.
Uh,
I mean, if for anybody who's been on FMLA, you know, you don't get paid for that unless you qualify for, what is it called? For disability or some shit like that?
yeah.
It really sucks. Go ahead.
It does. And like this movie starts wonderfully. Like it opens with Tendo running away from a horde of zombies. You're like, wait, that's a zombie. Those are zombies, right? Those are definitely zombies. Oh, fuck. I'm going to be late for work.
Yes. Oh, God.
His first thought is not, these are zombies, they're eating people. These are zombies, I might die. These are zombies and they're in my way. I'm going to be late for work.
Like, I'll be honest, I've had that kind of thought too. Like,
yeah, I've had those days. Oh, hell, you were with me when I had one of those days. When you used to pick me up and give me a ride to work in the morning, that day we were at the stop sign and you backed up into the car behind us. And I just snapped on you like, no, don't do that. Because I was upset that if we had to call the cops and fill out an accident report, we would have been late for work. And like, you fucked up with my time, my work time. The one thing you don't fuck with.
motherfucker, why didn't you silence your shit?
Usually I do. I don't know why I didn't this time.
Okay. Now, specifically, that was not my fault. Okay? I felt good about myself. I was emotionally happy. And as a Catholic, I know that's a no-no. You should feel guilty. Always guilty. And then the Jewish in there always makes you feel even more guilty. And then the fact that I'm Catholic and Jewish, ethnically speaking, then it's even worse because we were blamed for the death of Jesus. Therefore, I'm double guilty. No, triple guilty.
You got Catholics and Jew in you? That's so much guilt. Like, you'd have to touch like 100 little boys to just repent for that one.
Fuck you, first of all. Second of all, if anybody has watched Daredevil with all the guilt, now it means I have more superpowers.
It's true. Daredevil's power is not that he was blinded by chemicals. It's Catholic guilt.
I know you're making fun of me, but you agree with me anyway, so I'll agree with it.
I mean, I agree with you, but if you watched Daredevil, if you read the comics, if you're a big fan of it, like, yeah, he was blinded and the chemicals kind of helped, but his biggest superpower is actually Catholic guilt.
Not just that, like, he always had access to even every church in New York, and they would help him and shit.
Yeah.
Like, and having a network of information even from each church, I honestly thought, like, holy shit, the power of Catholic gossip, which I know about thanks to my ma.
Yep. Hey, that's why the Catholic Mafia took over Australia for 40 years.
I hate you.
You can hate me all you want. It's a real thing.
I know. But
Google Catholic Mafia.
I hate you.
Links in the description.
What?
It's a link in the description.
Fuck you! Link in the goddamn description. Where were we? Right.
We're talking about superpowers. I mean, Tendo had the superpower at the end of the movie. He turns into Kamen Rider. But he runs like Ultraman.
You know what? I'll agree with you just because I haven't watched enough of those to actually comment. I'll agree with you. The armor looked pretty good. Yeah,
the armor looks awesome, but the armor looks like an Ultraman suit. But when he does, like, I gotta spoil the end of the movie. He punches a shark in the nose with a couple of D-cell batteries in his hand, and he ends up electrocuting the shark somehow.
Oh,
and like just the way he does, as soon as I saw him dive off the stage to punch this walking shark, I'm just like, come and punch.
Oh yes, there's a shark that becomes a zombie and then walks. Don't ask us how. Watch the movie. Seriously, it's awesome.
This needs to be Sharknado 10. walking sharks.
No. Okay, this is a shark that became a zombie, and this is Zom 100. This is Megalozom.
I mean, there's a second Megalodon movie out. Well, will be out later this year.
We are not watching that.
Oh, we have to.
No, God, no.
The second one looks so good.
The first one looked good. It was shit.
It's fun though. I mean, it's shit, but it's fun shit.
Grow up.
It's Jaws. It's Jaws. If Jaws was stupid.
Let's be fair. Jaws is kind of stupid.
The first one's good. It's all the ones after that. Like the fact that they made 4 Jaws movies.
Maybe. Just maybe. Nah. Look, okay, fine. You know what? I'll watch them if you'll watch musicals with me from now on.
Can we... Do I get a say?
No, because I don't get a say in the zombie... In the shark movie.
I mean, you get a say in the shark movie.
You can suggest stupid movies. We will watch them. I will suggest musicals. We will watch them.
Can the musical be... can it be opera? Can it be Phantom? Can we do Phantom?
Phantom's just a musical. It's not an opera.
Okay. Can we do Grease?
We can do Grease. We can do La Traviata. We can do...
Can we do
Carmen?
Grease 2?
What?
Can we do Grease 2?
It's okay. It's not great. Why Grease 2?
Because it's got the song Smooth Rider in it.
Fuck it. Why not? Okay. Back to the movie.
And it's Michelle Pfeiffer. Before
Yes,
Catwoman.
it's not like she's stripped.
I know, but still.
Again, not that... You know what? No. Michelle Pfeiffer is a beautiful woman. If I get to see her naked, it would be an amazing day for me. Okay? Hell, when she was in... what was that movie? Was it Tristan and Isolde? Robert De Niro played a gay pirate?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, that movie. Freaking amazing. Older woman, she still looked hot. Okay? Helen Mirren. What the heck was the other one's name? She played the one in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh.
The elder one or the old one, whatever his name is. Her name now, but you know.
Oh, I was totally forgetting her name. But I know she played a movie where she played a man also. Like she was just very gender fluid because she has a very androgynous look to begin with.
She does. I forgot. But she was Galadriel too, right?
Yes.
Hold on, we're looking it up.
Not Kate Blanchett.
No. No offense. Also a hot woman.
So, not Galadriel. Tilda Swinton.
That's it. Tilda Swinton. Yes. Oh, okay. Back to the movie, because now we're just talking about beautiful women.
We are. Ooh, I thought of another elder beautiful woman. Biling.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. If you don't know these people, look them up. Look up their movies. If you don't know
these people, watch good movies. With whatever you're watching, and you don't know these women, you're not watching good enough movies.
Also, we're probably going to start removing movies in other languages. We're going to do Spanish, Chinese, Korean. It's going to be fun.
As long as they're dubbed.
Nope. Original language or nothing.
Oh, okay. So if we're doing original language, then we have to do the Korean. We got to do Old Boy in Korean.
Deal.
With a compare and contrast to the American one. So
okay, now you're just doing a bunch of work.
So we got to watch both back to back.
Why?
Because it's Thanos as Old Boy.
Moving on. Now I lost my place. Psalm 100. Right, okay. So, this movie basically tries to go into absurdity. The dark nature of working culture in Japan. Because after he gets into the office, they welcome him, everything looks nice. They go out to celebrate and have a few beers at a local bar. Then they find out he says goodnight, and he says, "What are you talking about? We're going back to the office." What do you mean? "We're going back to the office. We still got work to do." And then he stays at work for over 48 hours.
And then does it again and again and again for an entire year.
Well, he does go like one day left to rest and then comes back and does another 48 hour. Yeah. Like, I understand production schedules are a bitch, but fuck.
Well, like, he never had the day off. That's the thing. Like, he didn't even have that one day to rest. Because, like, they mention that when they have that scene that's the current day, the 1 year later, when he realizes he doesn't have to go to work today. And he's like, "Oh, I can have a free day. I don't have to go to work. I have the day off. And I haven't had it." And he's sitting and he's literally staring at his hands and just counting the days. And like, has it been a year? It's been an entire year since I've had a day off.
Here, hold on. Hear me out. Day off means full day. I'm just talking 8 hours to sleep and then back to work.
I don't even think he was getting 8 hours of sleep.
Probably not.
Like, the state of his apartment, he's probably having enough time to take a nap, eat a cup noodle, take a shower, and go back to the office.
Okay, probably. Yeah, his room was a mess. It was... Okay, have you seen Hoarders? This makes some hoarders look clean.
Yeah.
Like, there was so much trash. We saw rotting food. We saw bags of... I'm pretty sure some of them were laundry, though.
Like, his room is the typical neat room from most anime and manga.
And he wasn't even being a neat. He was trying to be a productive member of society.
Yeah,
and
he's a salaryman. That's the thing. He's a neat, but he's a salaryman. He lives like a neat, except he goes out in the public every day to go to work.
I don't know how you could fall asleep with that kind of stench, because goddamn.
You don't. He's exhausted. He's never sleeping. He just passes the fuck out.
I know the feeling.
I know it well, too. Like, I hadn't had a good night's sleep until I started doing what I'm doing. I spent 20 years of my life just passing out instead of going to sleep.
Okay, to be fair, though, passing out does feel kind of good sometimes, just like...
Oh, it does. But, like, everybody would always question, how do you function on 2 hours of sleep? Technically, I don't, because I never sleep. I always just fall unconscious for 2 to 3 hours. And then when I regain consciousness, I'm like, oh, shit, I have stuff to do still.
Yeah, mine's not like that. Mine is like 4 to 7 hours at most.
Yeah. Now it's like on a bad day, when I'm super busy, I get 5 hours of sleep. On a good day, it's 12. On a great day, it's 20.
On a what?
On a great day, it's 20.
Bruh, no. God, no. I can't even do that no more. I can't. I sleep. Go ahead.
No, I did have a day about 2.5 weeks ago where there was the depressive sleep. Like, I had energy, and then I didn't feel like getting out of bed, but I had energy. So since I didn't feel like getting out of bed, I just went back to sleep. Every time I would wake up, it was like I should do something, but that would involve moving. I'm going to go back to sleep.
Yeah, for me, it's because I wake up, I gotta start my day with a nice cup of green tea. Sencha or matcha, whatever you got, give it to me. I'll have a little caffeine. It'll be awesome. And it keeps me going. I can't have coffee no more. It gets me too anxious.
Yeah, I mostly drink tea nowadays, too, for my caffeine. Although I do occasionally have a energy drink. Or maybe a coffee, but not as often as I used to.
For those of you who listen to us, I would say listen to Uncle Iroh. Drink tea, people. It's good for you.
It is. It's delicious.
Okay.
I don't know. I just felt like making noise.
Okay, you let the music move you. Good to know. Where were we?
Sometimes the music takes control. You feel it in your soul.
Come on, everybody. Won't you feel that? No, I'm kidding.
That's a good movie.
Okay, no. Actually, wait. No. It's not exactly a musical. Why not? Let's do it.
Okay, yeah, we should watch that movie.
If you don't know the movie...
The Forbidden Dance.
Where were we? Right, Psalm 100. Then, afterwards, a year later, we find out, yeah, he feels bad. He literally gets up, goes down the stairs. He notices, holy shit, zombie, runs. And like Sean said, he thinks like, oh no, I'm gonna be late for work. And hilarity ensues because I don't have to go to work today. Yeah. It's my first day off.
And then he figures out, since the world is ending and he doesn't have to go to work, he can finally start to live his best life. He creates the Psalm 100 bucket list of 100 things to do before he can allow himself to be turned into a zombie. And it's simplistic fucking shit. It's like, I'm going to clean my room today. I'm going to learn to play guitar. I'm going to ride a motorcycle. I'm going to buy the expensive meats at the grocery store and not care.
I'm going to ride a motorcycle. I'm going to camp at home. I will spend all day drinking beer.
Yeah.
Like, this is all little pleasures in life. And you know what? All of these are important. It's not just about going to Mount Everest or visiting a foreign country.
Like, one of them was literally just dye my hair.
Oh, that one too. Yeah, that one was funny. I like that. That was a good scene.
Yeah, he dyes it a bunch of different colors. Then at one point he dyes it all rainbow color. And then he dyes it back to black because he's like, meh, I like it the way this looks.
But he at least explored. He learned something.
Yeah, he did the thing. He wanted to dye his hair. He dyed his hair. On to the next thing.
And this what do you call it? This media is so important now, especially after the pandemic, because people are like, we're going back into the rhythm of things. We don't want to, and other people are just like, I really don't want to go back to that. Hell, I'm surprised we haven't had meets here in the United States. You know what I mean?
Sure we do. There are a bunch of people who refuse to go back to the office, but since they're still productive working from home, like, I 100% feel those people should not be penalized for that. Like, they're still doing their job. They're getting up, clocking in, they're putting in their 8 hours from home. Who cares if they go to an office? Like, all these multi-billion-dollar companies who are crying poverty, who are still making billions of dollars a year, and like, oh yeah, you have to go to the office. You realize you save hundreds of thousands of dollars a year by not having to pay a lease on a building, right? Like, let people work from fucking home. You can buy, like, think of all the infrastructure you need for an office building. You need thousands of feet, if not miles, of fiber optic cable to run your IT infrastructure. You need phones. You need desktop PCs. You need to pay for electricity for lights. You need running water. You need AC and heating. You need all these things that it's going to cost so much money. Or you could pay your employees to sit at home and just buy them a $500 laptop. And there you go. For as many employees as you have, you spend $500 to send them a laptop and give them a little bit extra money in their paychecks to pay the internet bill. Like, okay, cool. Like, people having to use their own Wi-Fi connections and stuff to run their work laptop. As long as you're paying them an adequate sum, most people won't care about that.
True.
And it's infinitely cheaper for the company.
But even not just that, imagine entire offices of people could live in, like, let's say a small town even, and then they'd never have to go into the office, and at the same time, you never have to worry about paying city taxes, city traffic, none of
Yeah,
that.
like all these roads are so congested. Like honestly, the pandemic was one of the best things ever in terms of like road travel because people were working from home and you didn't have the traffic jams on like 290 and 9094, all of that because nobody was driving into the city to go to those offices. The people who live in the suburbs weren't driving an hour and a half into the city. The people who live in the city weren't driving an hour and a half to go out to the suburbs. And it was amazing. The roads were clear and hey, pollution was going down. Pollution is a big problem. Everyone agrees. Pollution sucks. Stop making people drive 2 hours to go to work.
Now, something really weird. You remember when I told you I made it from downtown Chicago to O'Hare in 15 minutes?
Yeah.
I did that without having to speed and then less time getting to O'Hare.
Yeah, because there's nobody in front of you.
Exactly. And it was, what do you call it? Constantly the same. Hell, I could speed a little and I wanted to.
Yeah. Or that's like the hilarious video they have of the guy who set the record for the highest speed on 9094. Because they have the speed cameras that watch it.
Right.
And before the fastest thing that the news speed camera had ever recorded was like, oh, somebody did 65 through a 70 zone. And as soon as we had the lockdowns and everybody wasn't allowed to travel, they had a car that's like, yeah, so though the new record for highest speed our cameras have ever caught was 127 because nobody was allowed to be on the road, so the dude was literally clearing every fucking checkpoint as fast as he could.
Sir, I don't know if you listen to this podcast, but I salute you.
Yeah, honestly, think doing 120 down to Kennedy for those of us who live in Illinois. Yeah, that's never happened. Like, the speed limit on Kennedy is 65, and we're lucky if we hit 40 most of the time.
Like, okay, you remember NASCAR in downtown Chicago?
Yeah.
Honestly, it was a little bit boring, and I'm being honest.
It was. Like, we watched the race on TV, and it was interesting, but it was like, oh, whoop-de-shit, they hit 118 down that big, long straightaway. These are cars that are capable of 200 plus.
Now, what I think would be funner, and I think it would be a lot more interesting to watch. Block off an entire expressway for a few days. Let's race down that shit.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's close down 55. But, like, let's have it a rolling shutdown. So we start the race. But we start the race right where 55 starts at downtown Chicago. Where LSD becomes 55.
Yeah.
And I-55 goes straight till St. Louis, Missouri. Just gun it. Have the rolling roadblocks, setting up, blocking all the exits as they're coming, and opening it up as all the cars pass.
Okay, I was thinking of it more
Let's
along
see
the
these
lines
fuckers hit 300 down some of those 20-mile straightaways.
Okay, see, I was thinking of it more along the lines of, like, the Iditarod, where they would have checkpoints, like, who's first on this day, and then the next day, the next stretch, whatever it is, go down there. And then whoever's first again is first next day, and you get the idea.
Yeah, but could you imagine that? Like, normal, doing highway speed, that's a 8.5 hour drive from Chicago to St. Louis. How fast can you do it when you're driving a NASCAR?
4 or less hours.
Well, let's see, normal highway speed, 70 miles an hour, it takes 7 hours. So, how fast do you do it at 210?
Like I said, 4 or less.
Yeah. Which, the normal length of a regular NASCAR race. And you still do the 500 miles.
Okay, yeah, true.
Let's crank it up to 800 miles. Let's do This is a road trip that I've done recently, so I know it takes almost not. Without stopping, it takes 9.5 hours. With stops, it's closer to 12. Chicago to Maryland. Like, once you hit the Ohio Turnpike and the Pennsylvania Turnpike, the curves stop happening. They're straight lines across those two states.
Wow.
So imagine if you just floored it. Like, you start getting pure straightaways about a quarter of the way through Indiana. So, yeah, from Chicago, you're twisty, turny, kind of slow, gotta pay attention. And then about the midpoint of Indiana, like around the time you start getting close to the Michigan City exits and stuff like that,
yeah,
it starts getting straight and flat. And there might be some big sweeping S-turns, but there's no super tight curves anymore. And then once you cross into Ohio and into Indiana, Ohio and then Pennsylvania, while you're going down 80, that's the turnpike. And it's just straight fucking shot.
Nice.
Yeah. Like, it was actually a nice drive. It was made miserable on the way home because our AC crapped out.
I can't even imagine. And that was when it was really hot. Fuck.
Yeah, it was 90 plus the day we drove home.
Yeesh. This is why you carry water with you. Always.
Oh, we had plenty of water and juices and stuff in the car, and it was still miserable.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. But it didn't help that we had a toddler with us. So we had to stop. Like, that's the thing. The kid never complained. Most of the bitching was coming from the adults.
Well, yeah. I mean, the kid probably doesn't know how to complain yet.
Oh, no. She absolutely knows how to bitch and moan. Like the best of them.
Okay. Fine.
No,
she was a
a trooper. She powered through, just super content to just sit and like watch her iPad. Just watch movies and play games on her iPad the entire time.
Bruh, over road trips, I played cards. I learned new songs from new radio stations. I freaking made up songs. I made up games about guess that song, guess this, like, what do you call it? Hell, I learned do not play cards near a Mennonite. Why? You will get yelled at.
Yeah, this kid like watched like 2 DVDs, watched a bunch of like Disney Channel shows. I forgot what kind of game she was playing because she was sitting behind me, so I wasn't paying attention to what the game was. And then I think played with City Putty for like 2 hours.
You know, kids' minds are fucking amazing. I'm just gonna say that.
Like, she just needed some technology for a bit to kind of zone out, and she just zone out for a while.
Yeah, they can be pretty zen.
It was.
Alright, back to this. Now, how do I say it? This movie is basically the wake-up call to a generation, at least in my opinion, because don't let life pass you by. I am 32, about to be 33 years old. I've been to Japan. I've been to Mexico. I've been to different states in the United States, which is equivalent basically to being to different countries in Europe just because of size. And yeah, that's about all I can really say. Oh, been to a bunch of places with friends. Done a lot of shit I want to do that I probably forgot about already. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, I've traveled a lot, and I've had a decent amount of fun throughout my life, and yeah, I would say it is an important thing to just try to do the little things that make you happy.
Not even just the little things, like, what do you call it? Going to Japan took about 2 years planning.
Yeah.
If there's something you really want to do, see the cliffs of Dover, see Stonehenge, see Machu Picchu, or Chichen Itza. What else is there out there? Okay, any of the UNESCO World Heritage Sites or anything like that, go see them. Go do something that you want to do, because life is short.
Go to Japan and see the life-size 1-to-1 Gundam model.
That too. Hell yeah. even if you just want to read, let's say, the entirety of the works of Shakespeare, go see an opera. Like, hell, read, what do you call it? Read really, really obscure manga or some shit. Like, whatever you want to do, make time for it, because there is not enough time in the world at all.
And if you have a hobby, do your hobby. Enjoy it. Like, I like to put together Gundam models. And like, sometimes I get distracted and I don't put the models together. Like, I'll start one and it'll take me like 6 months to finish a simple model. And then the next model I start, I'm done with in 2 hours. But I enjoy it the entire time. Sometimes I just don't have the time to focus on it and burn through a model super quick. But I'm never disappointed in it because I'm still having fun, even when I'm just, you know what, I'm going to work on this for 10 minutes today. Because I put aside that 10 minutes.
And you know, part of it, and this is going to sound really fucking corny, but part of it can also be the journey. Like, personally, I like tinkering with new games and programs, like kind of making them work on my computer. And I recently started playing again, what do you call it? Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. And there's a cheat mode that you can use. And I thought, why not? I never used it before. And it's really fucking annoying to use. It is. But it's also fun when you actually figure it out. It took me like 4 hours to make the goddamn thing work.
Yeah. I kind of want to pick up the new Baldur's Gate 3. But for the dumb reason.
What?
The fact that there are 8 genitalia options and 6 of them are for the males.
What the fuck?
Well, not males, but their penis.
What kind of cyberpunk shit are you on?
It's a thing. In Baldur's Gate 3, now your characters can have sex. But regardless of gender, you can put any type of genitalia on your character, no matter what race or gender they are. And there are like 6 different penile options. And then another 4 vulva ones.
Okay, I mean, a stick is a stick, a hole is a hole. One's just bigger than the other, or thicker, or longer, and yeah.
Oh no, that comes in all shapes and sizes.
But
experience has taught me that.
Okay, changing the subject. We are talking about movies, not your sexual escapades.
Oh, and I'm talking about video games here.
Sure you are. Okay, back to this series. Specifically, our friend decides to try to help his neighbors out because he's hungry. He says he's going to go to the combini, which is convenience store, which are literally abundance. There's an abundance of them in Japan. And he decides, okay.
Lawson's is number 1, in my opinion. 7-Eleven is awesome, but go to Lawson's. They have better options for hot food.
No comment. All I'm going to say is yakitori is king.
Although 7-Eleven does have the exclusive Gundam models, and I really want them.
Go to Japan. Make plans. Go.
Yeah, but I'm too lazy to get a passport.
For the love of Christ.
As we discussed in our last episode, I'm too lazy to even go get the new state ID.
You know, you really should get a passport.
No, I fucking shouldn't.
Yes, you should. If you're not going to get the ID,
no,
you should at least get the passport.
No, I don't. You can't make me.
I'll give you $20.
I'm getting a fucking passport. Yeah, they only cost $70, so you owe me $50 more.
I said I'd pay you. I didn't say I'd pay for your passport.
I mean, if you pay for my passport, I'll definitely get one.
What the fuck? Okay, you know what? Fine. I'll pay for it, but you have to get it at the end of the week.
Okay. Let's do.
I don't have fucking time.
We'll do it next week.
Yeah. Seriously, though, make time. You want to do something, make time. Actually plan things out as best you can. I am a horrible procrastinator, and I really, really try hard to plan things out because it's the only way I get any shit done.
I'm a horrible procrastinator, so...
Moving on. Okay. I don't want to know what that means. Now,
It means exactly what you think it means.
sure it does. You don't know how
Go-
my mind works.
Hey, those of you listening, you know what procrastination is.
Okay. Mastication means to chew. We'll leave it at that. Now, our friend here, Akira Tendo, goes through the motions getting beer. He meets a hot chick named Shizuka. I forgot her last name.
They don't say it's just Shizuka.
It's just Shizuka. Oh, one of the things on his list was he was going to confess to his first love. His first love was an office lady who was his senior.
And it took him an entire year to figure out that she was having sex with the director.
Yeah, in the anime, it's a lot more indiscreet and obvious.
It was obvious in this, too. Like, especially when he goes, "Oh, I love watching your process. It's so interesting how you get to see you work and to think of how you got this job." It's like, yeah, it's not that difficult. It was very obvious in that moment. I was like, yeah, she slept her way into that position.
Look, I'm not going to knock anybody for how they go into a job in advance. All I'm going to say is, I'm sorry that was the choice. If you liked it, good for you. No judgment.
You don't need skill at your job if you have skill at other things.
Moving on. Crap, now I literally forgot what I was going to say. You bastard. Oh, jeez.
I derailed the Jorge.
Not like it's hard.
No, derailing Jorge is like derailing a train in Ohio. It just takes a few minutes.
Do I know that joke? No, I don't want to know that joke. Fuck it. Where was I? Right. He literally texts her. She says, "Come on over." He literally crosses at least half of Tokyo, I want to say, from the looks of it. He rides a motorcycle. He gets to her apartment, evading a bunch of zombies. Oh, also, he screams a lot.
Actually, I think when he goes to her apartment, it's before he gets the motorcycle. So he's still just on the pedal bike.
Right, on the pedal bike. Okay, maybe not
So
half the
he
city.
rides, still, he rides like 3 or 4 miles.
At least. Then he goes up there, he talks to her, and then turns out the boss became a zombie. Also, what was obvious, he had a toupee. I frickin' knew it.
I mean, it was extremely obvious that was a toupee. But I do love that as soon as he tries to grab him, he rips that toupee off.
Very true. Also, I don't know if it was just this, but I haven't seen a lot of other Japanese media. They definitely hammed parts of this.
Oh, yeah, they went ham. They're full ham. I mean, there was so much ham here, it was almost a Cuban sandwich.
I'll give it to you. Like, there are other Japanese media that are fairly serious, and they do a really good job portraying the story. This was, obviously, they were having fun with it, and, I mean, if you watch the series, if you watch the movie, this is just pure and unadulterated, terrific fun. And
Yeah.
yes, I said it like that on purpose.
Honestly,
Terrific.
the way this reminded me of just the dumb fun everyone involved is having. It reminds me of like the Ultraman movies. Like everyone in an Ultraman movie just seems like they're having so much fucking fun. No one's taking it seriously, and it's still amazing movies. Like the shows are so much more serious than the movies.
I'll take your word for it. I've honestly never watched it.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Ultraman fan, but I watch the movies. I love Ultraman versus Godzilla.
Deadzilla?
Godzilla.
When was this?
Oh god, back in the end of the 70s, early 80s, like it's one of the first, like one of the early iterations of Ultraman is in a Godzilla movie, and they team up, but they fight each other at first. Look it up, man. There's a Godzilla Ultraman crossover movie.
Humanoid versus Lizard. Who wins? Ultraman versus Godzilla this summer. That hurt my throat.
I've never heard her say that.
Moving on. Get your mind out of the goddamn gutter, man.
I mean, it's there full time. It lives in the gutter.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, homelessness is a tough job, and it's a tough life. So you know what? I'm going to give you a home.
Is that the Catholic in you? You're giving the young people homes?
You're older than I am. In some ways, I'm older than you are. In a lot of ways, you're older than I am.
I mean, you're more mature than me. I'll give you that.
Okay, that hurt. That hurt a lot, man. What the hell? Jesus.
I mean, I might be the oldest one here, but you are the old man of the ZeroPoint Crew.
How dare you, goddamn whippersnappers. Don't get no respect. I fought an arm. Okay, you know what? No, that's stolen valor. I'm going to go back to that. Damn it. I worked my whole goddamn life, and I get insulted by a frickin' bear. Frickin' beatniks. Why the hell you keep doing shit like that? This is why I vote Republican. I'm kidding.
I mean, that's why I vote Republican.
Fuck you. Actually, you know what? There are a couple of good Republicans, but why do the ones who are horrible, horrible people get the most airtime?
Because that's what sells. I mean, they'd get even more airtime if they had titties.
Okay. What's his name? Fuck, I forgot. You know what? Let's have porn stars run for Congress. They can't really do much worse, can they?
I mean, we had one who was running for governor of California a while back.
Oh, Johnny Sins?
No, Mary Carey.
I don't remember her.
She's the Mariah Carey porn actress lookalike.
Okay.
But yeah, when they had the big runoff election, when Schwarzenegger stopped being president, she ran for president. And everyone thought it was a joke, but she was actually, she was doing decently well in the polls. She had some really good ideas.
Really? Okay, this I gotta look up.
Yeah. Go for it. Look it up. It's
Not
fine.
right now.
Look it up. At least look up pictures of her.
No! Later. No. Okay, no.
She was in the movie Busty Cops.
Who watches porn and remembers the freaking titles, man? Come on.
I do.
Okay, good for you.
I watched them for the plot.
Yeah, for the anime idea of what plot is.
No, I mean the actual story.
Didn't the only one that actually had story was... What the fuck was that movie called? I saw it in Blockbuster. That's how long ago this was.
Playmate of the Apes?
What?
Playmate of the Apes?
No, but okay.
Spider Babe?
I remember that one, but no. What was it called?
The Fellowship of the Cockring?
Tell me that's not a thing.
That's a thing.
Wow. Okay. No.
Like two hoarders?
What?
Two hoarders.
Okay, let's stop with the porn parodies. Good lord.
The Return of the King Size?
God damn. Will you stop? Good lord. Pirates something.
Oh, that was just called Pirates.
Seriously?
Yeah. It's a really good movie, too. Okay, this movie, they released 3 versions of that they shot simultaneously. They're just highly edited. There's a regular R-rated version, so you can just watch this for the movie. Then there's the softcore edit, that is the version that they played on HBO and Skinamax. And then there's the regular hardcore version. And all it is just editing.
Okay, back to Zom 100, because, good lord. Okay, out of the
By the way,
gutter,
I've
people.
seen all 3 versions.
Good for you.
And they made 2 of those Pirates movies, and I watched all 3 versions of both of them. I had to compare and contrast.
Okay. Achievement unlocked. Moving on. We have Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead. Again, I cannot stress how good and awesome this movie is. This movie spoke to me, again, on a spiritual level. I really, really relate to this movie, and I hope that you do too, because, again, it's awesome.
And honestly, for a live action adaptation, I have not actually watched the anime, but I have seen a bunch of trailers for it. Like, it pops up on my Netflix recommends all the time, but I've just not taken time to actually watch it. This seems like a faithful adaptation of the anime.
Look, let's be honest, okay? There's not such thing as really a faithful adaptation. Because there's always going to make some changes for either budget, for story constraints because of difference of medium, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess what I mean is, this is one that's not going to just totally piss off the fanboys. It's close enough, so it's good enough.
I agree with you there. I mean, I even was so happy that they kept, I'm not going to say it on here because I do not want to spoil it, but they kept a couple of scenes with Kencho. I was hoping they would keep a couple more. They didn't, but still.
Yeah, but still, it's a fun show.
No, I agree wholeheartedly.
Like honestly, watching this is a wholeheartedly put watching the anime higher on my list of things to do.
Yes.
I just really wish there was a dub.
Just watch the goddamn sub, man. It's not that bad.
No, the thing is, for watching subs, that means it has to be the only thing I'm doing. And a lot of times I'm too busy to just dedicate time to just watch anime. Usually I have to be doing something else, or I'm watching them while I'm at work.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
So, like, yeah, my work night is slow most of the time, so I can just kind of sit and stare at my tablet for like an hour and a half. I'd still rather not be watching subtitles, so I can keep an eye out and watch for customers and randomness that's happening around me outside at work. So,
yeah, I mean, what's it called? Uncle from Another World took about a year, half a year, about to get a dub, so it's gonna be a while probably. And I'm being honest.
Yeah, some movies, not movies, just shows took forever to get the dubs, and I'm happy that they got the dubs. But yeah, some of them just took so long. Like, honestly, I was watching the dub of Gundam Witch from Mercury, and I liked it. Watching the sub of it, I loved it. But I missed the very end of season 1, and I haven't started season 2 yet. But as soon as season 2 started, the dub of season 1 aired. And there was a part of me that was like, well, why don't I just wait till season 2 finishes and then I'll rewatch the whole thing in dub?
Yeah, for me it's more along the lines of just waiting to binge it all, because that's what I do. I know it's annoying and it takes up more time, but I love binging. I just do.
Well, I'm like that too, because again, I watch things while I'm at work, so I've got 8 hours. Well, realistically, I've got 5 hours, because my actual work that I have to get done takes about 2 hours. And then other little things throughout the night. But realistically, I get through about 5 hours of just dedicated watching anime time. I've burnt through a whole 13 episode shows in one night.
I wish I was still able to do that, honestly. Too much shit to do.
Oh, like, I remember around the time I was in high school, and a little bit after that, when I was out of high school and I wasn't quite working, I had a bunch of friends that were, like, they argued with me, like, it's impossible to watch an entire show in one day. And I'm telling them, like, yeah, I watch 2 shows a day, almost every day. And like, how? That's not possible. You watch a 13 episode show, you skip the credits. You don't watch the opening credits, you don't watch the ending credits. You skip those, and now you've got, these episodes are not 24 episodes long, they're 20 episodes long. 20 minutes long. 20 minutes times 13 comes out to about 6.5 hours. You can realistically get that down to about 6 hours even. You've got a 24-hour day. You get to 2 entire shows, including bathroom, food, and sleep breaks.
Okay, now, to be fair, I do watch a lot of stuff sped up so that I can actually make time for it. I've done the same thing with anime nowadays, too. I don't do it with subs, I do it with dubs. So I understand that you have to put time for it. And when it comes to stuff like that would definitely be on my bucket list. Like, my backlog of anime that I haven't seen that I've bought, I would literally put like a week, just watch it all.
Yeah. But I think on those notes, Yeah, I mean, the only thing we can really say about this movie is watch it. Watch the anime it's based off of. Read the manga, read the light novels. This seems fun. Like I definitely want more content from this, so I'm definitely going to watch the anime sooner rather than later. But I think it's that's how we're gonna end this. With my dog going crazy and barking at me for no reason.
Like we said, this is definitely something that you should check out. If you want to watch it, it's currently on Netflix, the movie. The anime is literally airing now. I think they're on the 3rd or 4th episode as of the recording of this episode.
The anime is also on Netflix?
Yeah, that's right. 3rd or 4th episode as of this recording. And the manga's out there, and it is being published. I forgot by who, but it is out there. So if you want to pick it up, go to your local comic book store or regular bookstore.
Yeah. With that, bye-bye and good night. Bye-bye.
Bye, people. Have a good one.